Hi guys, Andy here again from Mad Lad Designs. Back with Gem Rush, a little game from Victory Point Games. In this game you play a dwarf miner and you have to mine out different rooms in order to get victory points. And there are two modes of play. There's Crisis mode and there is Rush mode. Crisis mode is for 1 to 6 players, and you need to get as many victory points as you can before the deck of cards you have, the gem deck of cards, run out. Rush mode is for 2 to 6 players, in which it's the first player to get to 20 victory points is the winner, and the cards don't run out. Basically you just keep using the cards over and over. So let's take a look what's in the box. Okay, here we go. It's a sleeved box. Comes off and it reveals what I call the pizza box. A natty little box, well sturdy box. And you can see why I call it the pizza box, because it opens up like a pizza box. So inside we have the instructions. Okay, it's on thick card-ish, so it's very well put together. Explains everything, shows you the sequence of play, in case you forget. Room abilities, which we'll come to as we play. And it tells you a list of all the gems that are used in the game. Now you need to know these names because certain abilities allow you to do certain things with these gems. Then we get our stack of gem cards. Now the cards don't come with elastic bands on, and neither do they come sleeved. I've put them on myself. They actually come wrapped in one of these paper bands. So like so. Obviously it goes inside through, but that's how you get your gem cards. Then you get your tunnel or room cards. Again, you don't get the elastic band, you get another paper band around them. So that's that. Victory point tokens. Now they obviously don't come in a dental flosser box. What they do come in is 2 plastic bags. You get 2 plastic bags in which to put your things in. So obviously you put your victory points in the bag, but I've found it easier, instead of tipping the bag out and picking them victory points and then having to scoop them all up and put them back in the bag, and just dip into the box. Okay, I just found it easier. So victory points, and finally you get your player tokens, little dwarves. Here we go. So there's the dwarves, and you get the bases for them. So obviously orange will go with orange base, and I think you can see here is the first player ruin token. Okay, so those are the components you get in the box. Oh, you also get 2 of these silica gel packets. A thank you for buying the game. A little bit about the company. And a flyer for other games that they make. And that's what you get in the box. So put them back, we don't need them, don't need them. Don't need the instructions because I know what I'm doing. Okay. That goes away, that goes away, that goes away. And let's get on with the gameplay, and I'll show you exactly how to play it. Right, first thing we need to do is select our player. We're going to play 1-player crisis mode. I know which player I'm going to be. It's going to be blue. One thing that's a bit disappointing about their components is, well, first of all, these are nice thick components. I really feel nice and solid in the hand, as well as the tokens. I mean, I can't fault that, which I've dropped one. But the problem is, let's see if I can do it, is because you're moving men around from tile to tile, the base, can you see, the man's on there, but if I lift it up, the base comes off. It's loose fitting. That's the only drawback for these things, is that it doesn't fit correctly as it should in there because the drop off. But I've got past that by placing a piece of blue tack on the bottom. So I have a bit of blue tack on the bottom there. Oops. So hopefully when I put this on and the blue tack comes off on my thumb, let's see, here we go, it stays on. There you go, so I can move that around okay. So I am going to use the Blue Dwarf. Put it away. Right, the first thing we need to do then is shuffle our gem card pile, because we're going to be picking gems from this pile. Give that a good mixed shuffle. And at the start of the game, you pick 4 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what we have. These are our gem cards. In fact, I'll put them on the table and I'll zoom in. So here we go. We have our 4 starting hand gem cards. Each card has 2 gems on it. This one is a black one and a purple. This one is a blue one and a purple. Yellow and green. And then there's this one, which I'll come to in a second. So you've got the black is obsidian. Soulstone is the purple round. Permafrost is the blue. Electrum is the green, and Astartia is the yellow. This one is like a wild card. You can use it in substitution for any gem, but any one gem. So for example, if in the game I needed 2 permafrosts, but I only had 1, then I can change that into a permafrost and say that's a permafrost, so I'm using that. So it's like a wild card. And we're going to use these gems in order to build our rooms. So let's start with our first room. Firstly, we're going to shuffle our rooms, our tunnels. Okay, make sure those are thoroughly mixed, like so. And then our start room. Okay. And our little man in there. So let's zoom in and take a closer look at the room. Now, as you can see, the room has a number of exits, and we need to dig out and create new rooms in order to get our victory points. Now, if you can see, there's numbers underneath the gems. These are the victory points we'd get if we were going to move in that direction. Now, when we move, we can either move to a room that's already there, or we need to dig out a new room. Now, in order to dig out a new room and create a new room, we need to pay that room's cost in gems. So if we look here, for example, we can see there's a black gem, an obsidian gem, and a round one, a round purple one, which is a soul stone. So in order to create a room here, we need to pay a soul stone and an obsidian. Same as here, if we wanted to create a room here, we need 2 soul stones and a star tier. If we look here, we need 2 raw hopes, 2 purple gems, an obsidian and an electrum. And as you can see, the more gems you need, the more victory points you get for moving in that direction. Okay, so let us take a look at what cards we have in our hand to determine what would be the best course of action and what would be the best way to move. Right, so now we're going to start the sequence of play, and the very first thing you do is, if you have more than 4 gem cards in your hand, you need to discard down to 4. So you always start your turn with 4, but you never deal up to 4. So for example, if I only had 2 cards left, I wouldn't give myself another 2 cards to make it up to 4. It's just, if you have more than 4, discard down. Otherwise, you have to make do with what cards you have in your hand. So I've already got 4. I don't need to discard any. Second part of the sequence of play is that I can move 3 times. Right, so obviously I can't move to any room that is already built, so I need to build a room. So I'm going to look around and see what I can build that gives me the most victory points with the cards I have. I mean, looking straight away here, I need 2 orange gems, 2 raw hope gems, which I don't have. So I certainly can't go in that direction. I'm looking at this here. I need 2 purple round ones, the soul stones, and a yellow one, a star tier. Well, looking at my hand, I have a purple, I have another purple, and I have a yellow. And you'll notice that if I was to use the purple and the yellow, then the other gems, the black, the blue and the green, would count as nothing. They would be discarded. So it's best to try and find something with 2 gems that you need on 1 card, because like I said, once the cards run out, that's it, it's game over. So looking at what I can do is I can certainly move in this direction to pay the cost of 1 soul stone, another soul stone, and a star tier. So I can pay that cost to move in this direction. So these are now discarded up to one side, and I'll move that down a bit. So now we take our next card off the top and see what we have. We have a diamond refinery. Now I'll explain what this means on each card in a second, but let's put that down. Okay, so we were moving in this direction, so this goes there. Now you'll always have to join exits and entry points, so the only place I could put that was there. I couldn't do that because it's to a blank wall or anything like that. It has to be entrance to exit. So I can move now because I've paid the cost, so that's 1 movement point. Remember, I have 3 movement points, so I've spent 1 to move across there, but I get myself 2 victory points. So I'll grab those out of the, there we go, 2 victory points. One thing I forgot to mention is you always start with 1 victory point. So now I have 3 victory points. Okay, so I've moved once, I have another 2 movement points left. Right, I can certainly move back to here. Moving between ready-made rooms does not cost you the gem cost, so you can move freely, but neither do you get the victory points. So what can I do? Well, I've got 1 card left and there's not really much I can do. I can move back here for another movement point, but I cannot make any more rooms. I mean, I can't go anywhere else from there, so I think I will move back. So that's 2 movement points, 1, 2. Again, you don't get any cost for moving between rooms. I can't go anywhere because I only have this left. So that is my turn almost over with. Okay, at the end of your turn, you have 2 choices now. You can either take a card from the top of the gem deck, just 1 card, or you can do the room's special abilities. I'll zoom into that. Each room has a special ability on a scroll, and you can decide if you want to do the room's special ability instead of picking just the one card off the gem deck. And in this case I am going to use the special ability, and it says reveal 4 cards and keep those with a soul stone plus 1 card of your choice. So basically I'm going to turn over 4 cards from the gem deck. Any of those that have the purple round soul stone I can keep, and then I can choose any leftover, any one that's left over. So let's take a look. So I'm going to reveal 4 cards, and when you reveal, all you do is just turn them over. 1, 2, 3, that's already mine, sorry, I'll move that out of the way, and 4. So I'll reveal 4 cards, I've done that. Keep any with the soul stone, awesome, I can keep that one, plus any other one of my choice. Right, now here's where you have to make decisions, because you need to look where you're going and what would be the best gems in order to get where you wanted to go. So I can go here, or I can go here. Now here I need 2 orange raw hopes, I need a black obsidian, and I need a green electrum. So these are the cards I have. What should I get? Well, I don't think I can go that way. I could pick this card for the raw hope, and I could use the diamond dust for a raw hope. So I could have 2 raw hopes, but then I need a black obsidian, and there's no black obsidian. So the only way I can really go is this way. So what can I choose? I think I will choose the raw hope and the star tier. These are the 2 now, placed in the discard pile, which I'll place there. So now this is my starting hand. If I pick these up, this is my starting hand for my next turn. So as you can see, you don't draw back up to 4 cards, you just do what it says at the end of your turn, or pick 1 gem card. So that's my starting hand for the next turn. The last thing we do, turn is almost over, the last thing we do is what the game calls burning 2 cards. So when you're in crisis mode, you need to burn 2 cards. Basically, you take 2 cards off the top, and these are now banished from the game. These are no longer used in the game, so they're out the way now. So as you can see, every turn you are burning 2 cards, and these cards are completely out the game. You can't use them for the rest of the game. If you run out of cards and you've still got a discard pile, you just shuffle the discard pile, turn them over and carry on. But again, each turn you're burning 2 cards, getting rid of 2 cards that are not used anymore in the game, so your pile of gem cards will go down and down and down. Right, so I've burnt my 2 cards, and it goes back round to sequence of play again, which is discard down to 4 cards. Well, we've only got 3, so I don't need to discard. Second sequence of play, I can move 3 times. Right, well, I'm going to move these out the way because I'm going to move in this direction. Let's discard it. Let's move them about. Right, so I'm going to use, I've got round soul stone there. Soul stone, I'm going to use that. Black obsidian, I'm going to use the diamond dust for the black obsidian. Discard those are not done. Room goes down. So again, when you're putting a room down, you can put it in any direction you want, as long as there's entrances and exits that match up. Now obviously I can't do anything but put that like that. So that's my 1 movement, and I get 1 victory point for moving there. Right, so I'm now stuck. Right. I've got 2 movement points left. I can't go that way. I don't have enough cards, enough gems. I'm actually going to stay there. So, movement phase is over with. Now we come to the gem choosing phase. So, we can either choose one card from the gem pile or do what it says in the special abilities. Now, I'll hold this up, and this special ability states: name 2 different gems, dig for 2 cards with either named gem. Okay, so I'm going to name 2 different gems and dig the cards, 2 cards with the named gems on. So how do we do that? Okay, all we need to do is when we dig in is we take our gem pile. The 2 gems I'm going to name are Raw Hope and Obsidian. So Raw Hope is the orange and Obsidian is the black. So when we're digging through cards, we just turn over the cards one at a time. So I'm looking for a black one and an orange one. Okay, now we've got an orange one, so there's 1 card. I'll put that down. So now we're looking for a black one. And we've got a black one. So the idea would be you just keep turning over the cards until you get the ones you want. The others go in the discard pile. So that's when you're digging. Okay, so we have chosen our gems right at the end of the game. Right at the end of the turn, you discard 2 cards again. So I'm now 4 cards down. And now we go back round to play turn. We don't have more than 4 cards, so we don't discard down. And now we see where we want to go. Looking at my cards, I think we can go in this direction. So we need 2 orange, a black and a green. Well, we have 2 orange, a black and a green. So we can use all these cards. Sorry, that was there. To go in that direction. So we're going to discard these cards. And I'm going to move 1. Here we go. Diamond Spring. So, like I mentioned earlier, we can place this in any orientation we like, as long as there's an entrance and an exit. So I think we shall go like so. Remove that. So there's two movement. I think I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to do what it says on the Diamond Spring. Special instructions: reveal 7 cards and keep those with a diamond. So revealing 7 cards is just taking 7 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and keeping those that have a diamond. That does not have a diamond. That does not have a diamond. That does not have a diamond. No diamond. No. Yes. So we've got a diamond. Keep that. No diamond. So discard all those, and we have 1 diamond card.